Hey, what's up guys, SoldierKnowsBest here. This video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of this new iPad mini. I've been using it now for about 7 to 8 hours, so I have a good feel for it, so I'm just going to let you know some of my thoughts so far. First off, I do like the design. It's very similar to the design of the iPod Touch that just came out this year, and if you use that, if you ever touch the new Touch, no pun intended, you have a good sense about how this new iPad mini will feel. Now, one thing do note is that the screen is definitely a weaker screen from the Retina displays that you've seen on the iPhones or that you've seen on the iPads now, the iPad 3rd generation, and that is something definitely is a drawback, and especially when you look at its biggest competitor, which is the Google Nexus 7. That does have an HD screen, and it just really looks a lot better than this one. Now, this screen isn't horrible, but if you have been using a Retina display, you will notice that the text is just not as crisp, and the pictures in the video just don't really pop out like they do on a Retina display. And also, too, one thing I don't like is that this screen isn't a 16:9 screen, so it's still going to be letterboxing on the top and the bottom there when you are going to be watching a video. Make sure I'm framed there. When you are going to be watching the video. So again, something else, the Nexus 7 does have a 16:9 screen, something that is a kind of a drawback for this new iPad mini. Now, as far as the performance though, I will say that this iPad mini feels exactly like the iPad 3rd generation, even though it may not be right there on there with specs wise, but it feels very similar to the iPad 3rd generation as far as speed and performance, multitasking, opening up applications and things like that. Everything seems to really just flow by. If I can tap that button right, I can't tap it, but everything seems to open up just like you will find on the 3rd generation iPad. And I think it's just because iOS is really that's now at the point where it really doesn't matter what type of hardware you put it on, as long as it's kind of recent. iOS should be able to run very fast and zippy on it. I never use zippy in my videos, but I just did. Now, as far as cameras, the front-facing camera is a 1.2 megapixel FaceTime HD camera that can record 720p HD video, and the rear-facing camera is a 5 megapixel camera that can record 1080p HD video. Now, I will say again, the cameras are very similar and on par to the performance of the new iPod Touch as far as the cameras, and I'm just showing you some examples here. Not bad, not great, kind of right there in the middle. Now, going back to the design real quick, this is intended for one-handed use, and I have been holding it. It's definitely lighter than the bigger brother iPad, so it's going to be something that not only can you grip it in one hand, but it's definitely going to be a lot less weight that you're going to have to hold. Now, other than that, I do like the feel of the Nexus 7 a little bit more because it's a smaller tablet. Again, it does have a smaller screen as well, though, but it fits in your hand a little bit nicer than what this iPad mini does at the moment. But overall, guys, I'm not going to keep this video too long. I mean, this iPad is exactly what you expect it to be. It's right there in performance. I think, honestly, performance-wise, with the 3rd generation iPad, it's not too far behind that. But it has a lot of similarities to the iPod Touch, and that's really going to be my main theme of this video, is that this new iPad mini feels more like a bigger iPod Touch than it does a smaller iPad. I know a lot of people say the iPad is just basically a big iPod Touch, but this is really a big iPod Touch for the most part. Not only just with the design, the way the edges are machined, just like the new iPod Touch, as you can see here. I don't know if I can show you there directly there, but it looks very similar to this one and acts a lot like it too, and performs a lot like it too as well. So anyway, guys, this is my first impression video of this new iPad mini. Stay tuned for a lot more coverage, and then ultimately my final review of this tablet to see whether it's gonna be worth your hard-earned money. Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below what you think about this video, and thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.